Scarlet. I actually do think that our Swedish Zergi looked very well. We seem to be perhaps having a light issue or so, but I think we're all good to go. So let's just get it on with this lower bracket match of the playoffs in North America. In the bottom left side, we're looking at the win base of our Swedish Zerg. He's back to the Coke bottle. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's Namshar.
And in the bottom right hand side, our blue Terran player is MaSa.
I'm just worried when I see Namshar chucking out of a 2-liter bottle of Coke that this inspires Stefano for the next season to start chucking out of a 2-liter bottle of Absolute vodka or something. And I'm like, no, Stefano, not on the broadcast.
Yeah, no, that's definitely that could definitely be a pretty entertaining one as we set up hatch, gas, and I believe soon to be a spawning pool. Nothing crazy for Blackburn. A fun map to start on, right? Because obviously this is one of the vetoes that you see all of the time when it comes to ZVT in a best of 3. Obviously in a best of 5, you veto Beckett Industries and Namshar, and that leaves the town with Blackburn to play on. Just good for those pushes down the bottom side, but we have seen Roddy our fair share of Roach play doing pretty well on this map.
And Namshar, I think, has always been quite fond of the Roaches, even before Roaches became more of a thing in this matchup. I actually remember a lot of the CVTs that Namshar was playing in his glory days, where he was battling it out against the top EU Terrans on maps like Eternal Empire. And Namshar is really good defensively, but sometimes he focuses a bit too much on the defense, and he just kind of lets Terrans play their dream game, where they can just rally everything to the center of the map and then start picking up and then start dropping, because he was just not aggressive enough. It is really important to have a little bit of that Raynor inside of you, where you have those, even if it's 12 or 18 Zerglings looking for that run by, and just make sure that the Terrans have something to worry about at home as well. And that's honestly what I'm going to keep my eye on in this series, to see if Namshar is going to focus a little bit on potential aggression, or if it's going to be old school Namshar where it's all defense until hive tech, basically.
Yeah, no, that's Namshar was always the guy as well. He would just do nothing as well, right? And just kind of always macro, always the same kind of style, very predictable, to the point of it being his downfall a lot of the time.
I am woeing, Waddy. I am woeing at a second factory going up in the main base of MaSa.
Yeah, that's always fun to see.
Wait, it was you and me, right, who casted MaSa doing this against Scarlet on this map, and it was kind of a disaster?
I don't think, I don't know if I was casting. I feel like I was hosting that day.
Ah, yeah, maybe you were hosting. I was casting with Ben, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, why they actually had... Whoa, Namshar fires up a lair, by the way. That's
wow.
That is a quick lair, if you ask me.
It really is. Yeah, no, this is one of those lairs that definitely indicates aggression. I have no idea how that plays out against Double Factory, actually.
Neither do I. I do know that maybe a Baneling nest is not the best choice, even though having a couple of Banelings that, you know, connect with Hellions would be great, or even Hell Bats. But Namshar, you're normally Mr. Roach, mate, and this would be a damn good moment to have Roaches, because I know that Scarlet was absolutely bulletproof in her defense when she went up against the Battle Mech opening of MaSa. MaSa also went for Blue Flame in that one, and that's exactly what he queues up here again. All right, Waddy.
Yeah.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, like, I feel like almost in a way, hang on, these first few Hellions already just going to dive in and deal some damage. 5 workers, and it's just going to go up from here. How are so few Hellions doing so much already? That's not a good sign for Namshar. 10 workers dead. God. And, I mean, maybe it could have even been more at the end of the day. It isn't, it's only 10, but 10's already disastrous, especially when MaSa's going to follow up with more aggression. This is going to be a bit of a snowball effect. And you've also got that spider on the way here from, you know, Namshar, which is not really going to help immediately. If you can get to a good muta count, it can probably be pretty good, but you got to get there first.
Yep, Namshar is going to sacrifice an overlord in the main base. I'm taking a look at his vision, and he does not get close to that second factory. So he's got no idea. Now, maybe he's done his homework. Hopefully he does. So he should know then there is a chance that MaSa is doing this build again, because this is the exact build on the exact same map that MaSa went for versus Scarlet. In that one, it didn't work out at all because Scarlet scouted it very early on with a happy little circling that got into the main base. This time, Namshar did not get so fortunate. Does scout it in the center. But what does he have, man? He's got 3 queens and 2 zerglings. This army could end the game.
It absolutely could, and it probably should. I mean, a wall off here, though. I mean, that's going to at least keep MaSa off for a while. And if you can just buy time for mutas to get out, he can afford up to 6 mutas with the gas he's got. So, I mean, a good few mutas, it's possible, but it's going to take a while. This wall off's going to go down too. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is a disaster for Namshar, because these mutas, yeah, they have been fired up. It takes a little while before they're out. Roast them and toast them. That is going to be so many dead drones. Wardy, I'm going to close my eyes, hold my hand, and tell me how many drones survive.
Well, I feel like Namshar's not having a good game. First of all, he's just dying. And second of all, I think his cat just walked across his keyboard while trying to defend. I like all I saw was the tail end of a cat on his camera, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna help you, mate. So yeah, that was not a pretty first game, Roddy, and I'm kind of happy with my change of prediction so far, at least.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a unique game. You're not gonna go double factory every game. 4 Hellions won't kill 10 drones every game. I'm not giving up on the Namshar dream yet. It's a Terran map anyway. Let's go ahead and move on. I mean, we gotta call a spade, and a terrible game, a terrible game. That was a pretty terrible game. Basically, the first 4 Hellions already dealing way too much damage, and then Namshar forced to fight off 2 Cyclones and 6 Blue Flame Hellions with 2 Zerglings and 3 Queens. I didn't even see those 2 Zerglings. They're like, peace out, I'm out of here. They ran towards the top side of Blackburn. They're like, we're never gonna win this fight. You've got nothing at us, so we may as well go somewhere else. Yeah, that was a bit of a disaster, mate.
A bit of a disaster as we get ready for our next game. It's going to be Oxide. I mean, I guess we just put that one behind us. Are you saying wait because we're playing Oxide after Blackburn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope that Blackburn wasn't Namshar's map pick, because then he's in serious trouble.
He picked Oxide. Maybe he just wants to get the Terran maps done with. I have no idea.
I mean, it's a good map for roaches. He is a roach player, so yeah. I mean, let's forget about that first map. Let's pretend it's 0-0, okay?
Just 0-0, but MaSa starts with a point. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to do it. Yeah, all right, well, we are diving on in for Oxide. I don't think I've very rarely seen Oxide and Blackburn played back to back in a series.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? No, I feel like it's definitely unique, that's for sure.
At least in TVZ, maybe in like PvP I've seen it, but in this matchup I've definitely never seen it. But we are here. Let's see if our Swedish Zerg can turn it around. Obviously, just got to shake a first game off like that and realize that it was terrible. There was even a cat on the keyboard apparently. Let's see if we can get things together. In the top right side, representing Storm Gaming, it is Namshar.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, our blue Terran player is MaSa.
What do you think is better mentally? To lose a epic back and forth 37-minute cracker, or just lose the first game like that and be like, whatever, disaster, move on?
I just feel like it's one of those moments where Namshar's like, that really didn't work. To be fair, like that build for Namshar wasn't good either, right? Like in the situation, so.
Mm-hmm.
I think
even if he was slightly more ready, he would have been in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Like even if you start building units, like I think the only thing is you can hold it off until the mutas get out, and they start to do like okay at pushing it back, but only because there's only 2 cyclones there. By the time you try and use the mutas aggressively, that nothing's happening, and then you're playing Lingbane muta versus mech, which is never fun. So
unless your name is Stu and you win TSL with it.
It was good for a while though, right? Like
Yeah.
it was good, and then Terran's like, oh, we figured that, you figure out our mech, we figure out your Ling Bei Mutaverse. So
I felt like it was mostly good on maps with a rich Vespian geyser. Like you think of
yeah, you
Eternal
can take the
Empire.
gas aggressively.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe Death Aura even, where it's like, all right, instead of 12 mutas, they've got 22. And now it's pretty good.
That's reasonable, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what? I'm thinking of a scenario where Namshar's build could have worked in that last game. And I'm thinking of Bly. Because like I can see Bly realizing like, okay, this is bad. So Bly would send his drone towards the center of Blackburn and then take the gold on the wrong side. It would go unscouted for a long time. And he would stabilize on 2 bases with a spine, wall off, and then get mutas out. And then still have a gold base in the center of the map that his opponent won't scout for a while. Bly would have turned that into a good scenario.
Yeah, no, actually, Bly is just the master of like anything 2-base muta focused though, right? Like, it's just a completely different world when Bly plays it.
Bly and Railgun. No matter the map, no matter the build they go up against, they can make it look alright and playable. Alright, we are now officially going to move on from that first game. Obviously not the finest game we've seen today. Let's hope that Oxide can show us a little more of the good stuff that we know TVZ is absolutely capable of delivering. We've had a very low amount of TVZs this season. Of course, tomorrow we do have Reina versus Clem to look forward to. But I gotta say, Waddy, you killed the hype for me on that one.
All right, mate, come on. Just speaking a bit of truth for a moment. Like, I'm allowed an opinion. You don't have to get completely negative about it after. It's okay. The world goes on.
I do agree with you. But on the other end, Reina had some moments today. And I'm sure that Reina now also realizes, like, whoa, this is actually serious business. If I don't win tomorrow, I'm not going to make it to the season finals. And then he can't even defend his title, which would be a bit sad. Anyways, MaSa has made it to the other side of the map with 2 Hellions and a Reaper. Does not get a drone kill. MaSa's got a little bit of a 2-1-1 setup, but then with a triple CC, something we've seen Clem do quite a few times, something we've seen a lot of Terrans do. No Roach one yet for Namshar. Do you think we're going to see one, or is he actually going to play Ling Bane?
I feel it's starting to get a little bit late, isn't it? But it's also starting to get a little bit late for anything at all. He's going to drop the lair down first. I imagine that means we're going to see kind of Ling Bane Muta kind of again, right? Get up to that Spire nice and quick. Drop the Bane Nest to line up with the lair finishing to get the Baneling speed. That's how I imagine this goes. I'm a little worried about Stim being done and MaSa again on the map. It feels like maybe he's got some potential there, but yeah, let's see. It is a Rotron. Okay. I'm very interested then.
Hellions and Reapers poking, got 1 drone. And for a split second, MaSa was like, hey, can I get more here? No, you cannot get more here. I have the feeling that this is where we're going to see Prime Namshar. He's just going to try to get some good vision, get a bunch of roaches defensively, then drone up a little bit more, and just get upgrades. And he may not even gear up for a 1-1 timing attack, because Namshar is absolutely a guy who's like, no, I can max out on roaches. That's okay, and I'm just going to try to defend everywhere at once until I can get Broodlords out or something wild like that.
Yeah, as we see, by the way, the 1-1 missile starting as well, so really going to just power up with that right away. He has our Hellions trying to poke at the front. They're not going to find much. Namshar's defense has been good this game, right? Just around the map, just everywhere he needs to be. He's doing a very good job of it so far.
Yeah, the 4 Hellions did not go into the natural and kill 11 drones.
Yeah, much improved, right? That's what I really wanted to say, but you've been much more upfront about it.
20 drones ahead is Namshar, and that's a good place to be in. He is building a lot of overlords. Mate, you already have quite a bit of free supply, so now I feel like maybe he won't try to drone up a bit more. Maybe we won't see an early infestation pit. Maybe it's just going to be that roach button, and we're going to keep building roaches for a long time. Namshar's Queens is still battling the Hellions. The first 60 Marines have unloaded. Namshar's like, can I take this base? Nope, not yet. Roach speed is going to take a little while, but obviously with this many roaches on the way, I feel like Namshar should be fine.
Yeah, I think he should be as well. Just going to be kept off this base for a while. Nice catch from MaSa. Ooh, even cute stim. Only 2 Marines. How many Terrans would stim every single Marine there usually, Roddy? I mean, I would. I can tell you that right now.
But hopefully not too many Terrans that make it to the North American playoffs of the DreamHack Masters. I mean, I know I would too. I would F2 stim with my Terran. Yeah.
The Marines back at home in the natural stim, and oh, hey, we got this, guys.
Absolutely. quicker reinforcements. MaSa throws out another scan, gets a few more creep tumors, and Namshar's had enough trying to take the base at 12 o'clock. So he's gonna set up for the one at 3 o'clock. There is a Widow Mine here, multiple Widow Mines for Namshar. Mine's not that great against Roaches and Ravages.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not what you really want. This first one is going to find a few lings, and the second one will find one ling. So, yeah, this is not great at all. Not having siege tanks ready to go, as Namshar is just going to power through this 1-1 timing. More Roaches on the way, but he's being counter-dropped. And that's the exact sort of thing you want to see against a Roach play, because they don't have a lot of drop defense.
No, but Namshar did leave 8 or so Roaches behind, and that should actually be enough to deal with these Marines, man. Because the Roaches do have their upgrades too. At the same time, Namshar is just going to go for this orbital. These SCVs are in a world of trouble. The medevacs are going to go full Dunkirk on us and save most of them. A couple are left behind. Now the Marines are on the right side. It's like, yeah, it's cool that you guys saved the SCVs, but what about us? So they are forced to run up. Look at them supplies. 120 army supply against 53. And a lot of Widow Mines, but Widow Mines ain't that good against Roaches.
No, the Widow Mines really, I feel like, are just such a... Unless Namshar really runs in like super choked up, super clumped up. And even then, I'm not convinced the Widow Mines would really be that effective. They can even just get biled down right now as they burrow, and he's going to drop a couple biles on that one on the top side. It goes down, and MaSa just has nothing in place to deal with this Roach Ravager attack. So Namshar just comes blasting through here on Oxide. Turns out it was not a bad map for him to pick.
Nope, not at all. Roaches and Ravages pretty good. I'm kind of giggling about it because we had the hardest time ever figuring out who's going to win this series.
I still don't
gets
know.
the GG. Now we're 2 games in, and the first game, MaSa gets the easiest and most convincing victory ever. You're like, whoa, MaSa's the better player, and then I'm just like, no, hold my Coke bottle. I'm the better player, and he gets the most convincing and easiest victory ever. I still don't know who's gonna win this.
I have no idea who's gonna win this. It just feels like it's like maybe MaSa's map pick, he steamrolls, and then the same thing happens on Namshar's map pick, he steamrolls back. Maybe that's the way this is gonna go. And now MaSa picks Lightshade, leaving 2 of the larger maps for the end of the series. Isn't this so backwards? I feel like usually it's the Romanticide in 2000 early, and I
think there was a graphical error. Unless they've really gone
but
bananas.
they're playing these maps.
Yeah, no, of course. I believe that Namshar maybe picked Blackburn because maybe he likes it, then MaSa picks Oxide, which makes sense, and then Namshar picks Lightshade because it's not a bad map for Zerg, and then MaSa picks Romanticide because you can get 3 bases.
But it makes sense with the vetoes, right? Like MaSa vetoed Jagannatha, and Namshar vetoed Beckett.
Yeah, that is true. No, the vetoes make sense. The map picks though.
Nothing about this series makes sense for us, guys. We don't know who's going to win. We don't know who's doing well. We just got nothing for you guys. The maps make no sense to us.
We don't know how they even got to the playoffs because Namshar almost didn't qualify for the event. And then in the group he goes...
bracket.
Yeah, and then in the group he goes 4-3. People have not made it into the playoffs in the past if they get unlucky, but he got a 2nd place. And then MaSa sends out a tweet to the world where he's like, guys, do not expect anything. I'm done. We had a good run together. Thank you guys for cheering for us. We're all like MaSa. It was a pleasure watching your games. It was a pleasure casting you. Good luck in your next endeavors. Well, the next endeavor is the playoffs of the DreamHack Masters, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know, man. I've got nothing.
Oh, just something about North America, right? Just seems to bring all of this out as we dive on into game number 3. And it is time for SCVs to go on a wander. In the top left-hand side, our blue Terran player is MaSa.
And in the bottom right side, we're looking at the main base of our Swedish Zerg player representing the same organization, Storm Gaming. This is Namshar.
All right. Cool first.
Oh, blind counter.
Remember when you said you can totally see Namshar just winning a game against like a proxy Rex? I think this might be it, Roddy. Brilliant prediction.
The Overlord is not heading in the right direction anymore, so that is a little bit unfortunate. We saw MaSa do something similar to Scarlet, but that was actually a proxy 4x. So MaSa went all out, super committed. This time it's going to be 2 barracks into a refinery at home. So MaSa is thinking of a plan later on into this game. With this kind of an opening, you're hoping for a bit of stretch. I gotta say, that's a nice reading by Namshar. Feels like he does have a good feel for his opponent, because this is the very first time so far in this best of 5. Ooh, the Overlord is turning around. The Overlord is turning around, and it spots the second barrack still building, and he's gonna hide the Overlord as well on the high ground, which is smart. MaSa could lift up a barracks, but then you're wasting so much time. His spine crawler is already going down. This is looking real good for Namshar.
This is looking absolutely fantastic for Namshar. Spine's on the way. Ling's already set to go. MaSa shows up and he's like, well, it's a pool first. Let's see what we can do. The only thing I worry about is if you let this bunker go up, it can still sometimes be somewhat problematic. But I guess Spine already on the way. Roadtron starts super quick as well. And that's one of the better things about going pool first. Just super fast Roadtron, and then the Roach can do well. MaSa's going to get a full wall off up though, Roddy. So it'll complicate things maybe.
I actually would have liked to see just Lynx and drones fight, man, because now I think that we kind of go for the best of both worlds. And I know that some Zergs have said, oh, wow, he canceled the hatch. And now we're stuck on one base, and we can get a decent economy. Now MaSa has already kind of done the damage to some degree that he's looking for. He can just transition at home. I would have loved to see Namshar just be a bit more decisive and fight with Lynx and drones and prevent that first bunker from going up.
Yeah. No, I can. I kind of agree. I feel like if you're gonna build the Roadtron, don't build the Spine Crawler almost, because it's just
they do the same thing.
Yeah, you could have built the Roadtron when you built the Spine Crawler, then it would have been even faster. So yeah, no, and against 2 racks, canceling a hatchery is generally not a good thing either. So against 3 racks, it's more okay. Even that nowadays you don't see so often.
Is there a world where Namshar was worried that those were the only 2 barracks, but then he thought maybe there are 2 more barracks going up elsewhere?
He did too much homework.
Yeah, he overstudied.
Yeah, I think it was like the Scarlet series or so. No, yeah, very possible, because I do feel like what he's done is a big overreaction to just 2 racks. For sure.
Would have been a lot better against the 4 racks, because obviously then MaSa can't really win the game. Namshar is still going to clean this up, and what he can do is send all these units to the other side of the map. You know what was a bit funny too is that he was only mining gas at first with 1 drone for quite some time, even while he was building the Roadtron. And then suddenly he's like, damn it, if I want to defend with Ravages, I need way more gas. Now MaSa, and so then it's where he took the act. MaSa did not go for a Cyclone, he goes for the tank first, but that tank is going to take a little while, Wardy.
It's going to take a little while, and the problem is, where do you siege it that it doesn't get biled down right away? Usually you got the Cyclone because it's mobile and it can't just be biled. The tank, I mean, I can see the tank working. I can just also see the tank being a bit disastrous. I guess for now the bunker high ground will help a lot as well, though.
That's 5 Ravages. That's a lot of Ravages.
Yeah, they're gonna get it right. Yes, just gets it, and now they can walk in. Well, actually kind of blocked by his own Ravager morphing, which does get killed. Now he loses a Ravager. Tank is gonna just not get a kill. The SCVs are still fighting. There's 3 Ravagers left. He loses another one. I mean, now the siege tank's gonna die, but the SCV repairs it. I don't know. Curse of God wasn't needed.
Hey, this is sick. Now he's got 1 completely uncontested Ravager in the main base tank. No, don't shoot at the depot. Kill some SCVs, Namshar. Kill some SCVs.
I know this Ravager. It's not going. No. Where are you going? Oh, he wants to go. Oh no. Okay, well, I mean, this entire last minute made no sense to me, Roddy. So the series continues.
That Ravager had the potential to kill like 4 or 5 SCVs there. That's honestly quite some time that it had. I guess Namshar really wants to keep 1 unit alive. The follower, by the way, is going to be a fusion core. Like, that's... All right, that's also a little bit out there. He's starting off with a Banshee. Is there a chance he goes Speed Banshees, Body?
Speed Banshees? No. There's no way. Do you even need a fusion core for that anymore?
I think you do, right? To research. I mean, you need it on. You research it on the tech lab. Wow, you're putting me on the spot here, but I'm pretty sure you need a fusion core. But then you can research it in the tech lab because they changed that around.
Yeah, maybe I can't remember what they changed.
Hyperflight rotors. I know that's what it is. You just research it in the tech lab. I mean,
You definitely researched it from the tech lab. I just didn't know if you still needed it for the. Yeah. No.
No?
I don't know anymore.
I mean, you're a Terran player, yeah? But I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Anyway, there is a
I'm
single
a Terran
bench.
player, but the amount of times I've built Hyperfly rotors is approximately 0. So
It's pretty good, to be fair, man.
if you build Banshees, sure. I'm a good honest Marine player, mate.
All right. Well, there is not going to be any hyperflight rotors anyway, guys. So that entire little debate when we. Why don't you look that up? You look up everything.
I'm trying. I can't find it anywhere, man.
Just type in hyperflight rotors.
I did. It just all it says is that you need a tech lab on a starport from the Wikipedia.
I guess then you don't need a fusion core. Then you're right. Then I'm wrong.
I'm not convinced anymore, though, mate.
No. I mean, if that's what it says, then that's the way it is. Anyway, we're gonna get mech. We're going to get mech out of MaSa.
Okay, well that's fun. That's something a bit different here. Well, I guess you in mech first game, but a very different way of playing mech, of course, with this BC showing up. Getting one queen, now going to start targeting down the Spire. If you lose that, that's a pretty big deal, because that's a massive delay on, well, your answer to the battle cruisers.
No cancel. Spires are pretty expensive. That's minus 200 minerals, 200 gas.
Okay, this entire game is just a complete mess, Roddy. Like, these guys are making a lot of mistakes right now, and it's just a little bit crazy. MaSa has so much army supply, by the way, as well, and Namshar just ain't catching up, because what can he build? Queens? I mean, queens are pretty okay right now, I guess.
Yep. He is going to rebuild the Spire in the natural this time. There's still one Ravager. Ravager could help out, drop a Karasaba or something. I don't know. As this BC is going to push back the creep, and MaSa is like, wow, that was a really good first battle cruiser. I killed a couple of drones, a lot of lost mining time, and I'm pretty sure I killed the Spire. He's like, oh, I like where this is going.
Yeah. Double armory coming through. Get ready for those upgrades in the near future, as we have just got ourselves the... I mean, yeah, kind of surprised we only kind of go towards the 2 BCs and don't continue on from there. It feels like this is an opportunity to just keep building them, no? That's wild.
Yeah.
Aliens run in, don't do much.
Maybe he's hoping for an overreaction of a whole bunch of Corruptus, and then he can... Okay, now he's going to make BC number 3, so... He's just spending his money elsewhere, I guess. MaSa is up to 3 bases, and he's gonna get an easy cancel, and hopefully not a kill. Please cancel this one there, Namshar. You've got time.
Yeah. Yeah, could not afford that as a BC flies. And on the other side as well, he's just gonna go after a few of these drones. And 3 of them. And now a queen.
And now a second queen.
Yeah. Wow, these BCs are just rocking the world at the moment. Namshar's just got no supply. He's got money to spend. We're just waiting for it to be spent.
I feel like he's almost not sure anymore if he wants to build Corruptus. He's like, is he still building battle cruisers? I mean, this initial BC is still around. It can definitely teleport home. It's going to fire a Yamato at that queen. Gets out of range of the spore and will teleport home safely. Or tactical jump home safely. Yeah, no one could meet us.
Yes, 11 meters on the way, because I feel like that's exactly what we need right now. Meters are such a weird one, though. There's 3 BCs, though, so even defensively, BCs could be okay, right? And then it feels like MaSa's had a lot of time to set up turrets. He doesn't have one in the mineral lines, but he does have one at the front of the 3rd, at least, which is something, I suppose. Okay. At first, I didn't like the meters, but maybe I like them more than I thought.
Yeah, I guess this may be better than Corruptus, because with Corruptus we ain't going to win. But it's obviously very important for Namshar to not lose any more drones, and he doesn't for now. MaSa's like, oh, okay, you're going minimalist, so he's going to drop a couple of turrets immediately. First Thor is on the way. Namshar's like, I only have 63 drones, that's not enough. But look at those 3 BCs, and those 3 BCs can win the fight against 11 mutas, man.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Well, I mean, it's 8 meters, right? Because you Yamato 2 of them immediately, so that they don't count. Yeah. No, I guess you're right. If you go mutas and you have a chance to do damage, and with Corruptors, you just push the BCs back and you don't do damage, right? But you need to do something because you're behind. So, yeah, I think the mutas might have been the better option when you really think about the state of the game. The problem is, I don't know if there is a good option at all, because again, Namshar is definitely just in a struggling position, and Right now, those mutas not having a good time. Like, they kill a couple tanks, sure, but the BCs aren't even being answered. Like, isn't that what the mutas are meant to do? Push those back?
I mean, that's the thing. Most of the mutas have gone obliterated now, or have gotten obliterated by this Thor and the one Cyclone. Making a couple of mutas is nice, and looking for a pickoff is nice, but initially you still need to worry about 3 battle cruisers. These 3 battle cruisers can just win the game here. If they have another Yamato ready in the near future, 1 queen falls immediately. What is it? Double spore, single spore, double spore in the main base. 1 does get cancelled. We have a couple of Corruptors showing up. I really feel that Namshar is just praying that MaSa is like, whoa, I should definitely teleport home. And he does. That's actually, I think, the best thing that could have happened to Namshar, because those PCs would have won that fight too.
Yeah, they were not stopping, that's for sure. That's that's pretty amazing. Namshar is still somehow alive, but I mean, he's really not got a lot left in him, right? The army supply is still not great. The drone count is horrible. He's down 30 workers. And MaSa is just starting to mass expand as well. You can't really break MaSa because he's got so many tanks up. So what are you gonna do here? Like, what's the next play from Namshar, Roddy? What do you hope and pray for next?
I honestly think that he should just make 22 drones, get up to 90, and hope that you can get there. And then you just spam first enough Corruptors to kill those BCs. And then you just start being as annoying as humanly possible with Roaches and Ravages and pray. I think that's the best thing you can do. You don't want to build too many units of 67 drones, because then you're never going to win. We need to kill these BCs. And what's the Corrupt gun now? 8 Corruptors won't win a fight ever against 4 battle cruisers.
And there's going to be 5 battle cruisers because MaSa realizes you don't actually have any anti-air, not enough of it. So he keeps on building them, which is absolutely the right choice. I mean, usually there's a reason you cut off at 3. It's just not really effective to go further than that. But this time it absolutely is. And he is just continuing to put Namshar into a tough spot, who is now only building Corruptors. And MaSa still has this ground army. When you talk about what Namshar has on the ground, it's 3 Roaches, 12 Ravagers, and a group of Queens. I haven't seen those guys beat 9 tanks in the past. So we'll see what happens as MaSa pushes, but I don't think it's going to be pretty for Namshar still.
No, I don't think this is MaSa's entire army though, because it really doesn't look like a whole lot. I guess he still has a lot of supply in BCs in the top left side. I think Namshar could probably fight this. I mean, a couple crosser balls, take out 2 tanks at once, right click on the Thor. But MaSa is going to rally his additional units to this bottom base, and this is where things get very bad for Namshar. This is going to end up losing a few more drones. The Corruptors are wondering where the battle cruisers were at. They are in the center. It's 5 of them, 5 BCs against 12, against 9 Corruptors. Oh no, the Hellbats, by the way. Take a look at the third base of Namshar, the triangle. My goodness, and Namshar is just forced to tap out. MaSa wins this game by having 3.2k minerals in the bank, 1800 gas. MaSa lost 4,900 resources that game. Namshar lost 12k. Pretty big.
Yeah, that's a little bit crazy. I mean, that was just one of those games where I felt like everything was just so up in the air. We didn't really know what was going on. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, Game 4 of this chaotic North American StarCraft series. MaSa and Namshar still don't have me believe in anyone's going to win this series, Roddy, because our predictions are out there, and I don't believe MaSa's going to bring it home. Namshar could just turn it around completely on Romantis' side. That seems to be how this series is going. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, Romantic is not the best map for roaches, and I really wish that Namshar would just, I don't know, just play roaches like he did on Oxide, because that looks so good, it looks so solid. That's clearly his comfort zone. The reaction against the 2 Rex, oh yeah, technically such a good start, and I feel like it could have been such a different game. Unfortunately, once he lost the first Spire, I think it all went downhill. Let's see what Game 4 has in store for us. In the top left side, we're looking at the main base of a Swedish Zerg who has moved to Canada. He's down 1-2, needs to win this one to keep his tournament dreams alive. Namshar.
And down in the bottom right-hand corner, our blue Terran player is MaSa.
I really wonder how this game would have gone as well if Namshar would have sacrificed that last Ravager and just into the middle line. You drop a corrosive ball, so all the SCVs have to move. You probably have enough time to kill 3 or 4. Maybe he can't exactly know when that tank pops, but I feel like he killed that first tank quite soon after it came out. Like, obviously it wasn't around for a while. I really wish he would have just tried to gun down some SCVs. I think he could have killed 4 or 5. And killing 4 or 5 of a 21-ish SCV Terran, that is so big. You're picking off 20% of the economy. It really takes a while to bounce back from that. It could have all been so different if that first Ravager would have not tried to kill a depot that it didn't kill anyway, and then it just went home.
That was the worst part of it, right? It's like, it really fought against that depot, which did not die.
Yeah, it
My favorite part
too.
is when he walked to the middle line and he was like, actually, I want to go back to the depot.
Yeah, it became personal between me and that depot. Like, it was very funny because the Ravager was being microed. Like, it was like dancing around, like the depot was ready to fight back at any moment. But never seen that. Oh well, it wasn't meant to be for Namshar in Game 3. Let's see what Game 4 has in store for us. Seems like we have a normal start at least. MaSa is going for a very quick triple CC. So that means that Namshar can just drone up. And Namshar is still a Zerg with a ton of experience under his belt. And if you give him the time to just drone up, he can do this. This is actually kind of cool by MaSa. He's going to lift up his command center to kill that Overlord. Yeah, it works.
That's a new way of doing it. Yeah. I mean, delays the orbital by a few seconds, but that's an Overlord down for Namshar. Oh, 2 more racks behind this, Roddy. That's one of the newer builds we've been seeing to go like 3 racks after 3 CC. It's pretty fun. I guess because, okay, I didn't actually even realize this, but he was completely gasless too. Oh my god. So this wasn't even a new build I'm talking about. This is just because he was completely gasless. Okay, well. MaSa bringing us some new stuff right now.
Yeah, I've seen this in TVP, and I think it's actually pretty good because it's kind of like you still have the power of the 3 racks, but then you also have a triple CC economy, but you can still move out, and obviously you need to respect 15 plus bio units with Stim potentially. It's going to be hard for Namshar to scout this too after losing that first Overlord as quickly as he did. So he's going to be in the dark for a little while. I don't think he has any idea that this is the build that he's facing.
Yeah, no, it's very hard to pick up information in these sort of scenarios, right? Because, well, you lost that Overlord, you can't really get into the base at all. All you know is that there was a few Marines early on the opening. That is about it.
Namshar's got a lot of free supply. But that commensurate to finishing up. He was like 39 out of 61. That's gotta feel good. Won't be supply blocked forever.
That's when you think, oh yeah, I can forget about my depots, but you should never forget about your depots because the next thing you know, you'll be hardcore supply blocked all over again.
Or you'll be fighting one Ravager. Possible. Factory is going down. What? So we're going up to 5 Rexes already. So MaSa is gonna have a ton of bio production very early on. Namshar's trying to scout a little bit with his Darkling. He still has not seen a single Hellion. And that's obviously a scout in and by itself. He's going to drop a couple of Spore Crawlers. Triple Spore going down. Maybe a bit concerned about Banshees. Well, I don't think we're going to see Banshees anytime soon or ever.
Yeah, I mean, we're way off any sort of need for spore crawlers. So this is Namshar just shooting himself in the foot, thinking that he's, patting himself on the back and, making sure he's not going to actually, die to something silly. But yeah, again, just a lack of information. He can't really pick up any further. And I mean, there's a world in which he just gets overrun by like so many Marines and he's just not ready for it with all of these investments he's making that might not make sense.
Nope. But he is going to get a couple of safety banelings, and I do think he will queue up baneling speed immediately. And I feel as long as he's got baneling speed, he's got something. That's a decent scout there. I actually think he saw a lot of those Marines too. Depots are being lowered. I mean, I don't hate it that much for Namshar, to be totally honest, because he didn't go for double evos. If he would have gone double evo before Lair, I'd be like, oh no, he could be in serious trouble against just Marines. But now he should get baneling speed. I mean, that's queued up already. It's not that bad.
No, that's I mean, it's just very plausible you can find defense because at least it is just Ling Bane. Like at least it's not like a super fast Spire or something, right? That would have been a little bit worse because then you're banking up money to make mutas that definitely will not help you here. Yeah, start to come these Marines. At least they're not going to have 1-1 as well, so it'll be 0-0 against 0-0, so that helps.
Namshar's got quite some money. He is going to drop the Spire, as he has one Zergling scouting at the third base of MaSa. MaSa's going to throw down a scan with his Marines in the center of the map and the double medevac. Namshar even wants to go up to 5 bases. Feels like he's got enough units here. Target fire on the Banes. One Bane did get picked off, but Namshar is going to weather this storm without too many issues at all. And he's even going to look for a little counterattack. And to be honest, there is potential. This is a lot of Zerglings.
That's a lot of Zerglings. These Marines probably need to get in that medevac and back away. Problem is he hasn't got a wall off anywhere. The only wall he's got is up into this main. A few Marines on the third were actually fighting okay, but now they're move commanding as well. As new Marines are coming out, and I wonder if MaSa almost complicated this a little bit more than he needed to. But he is doing well across the map now, though, is continuing to clear that creep spread. Man, Namshar is going to have absolutely no map control here, and that's going to be something that hurts.
Not just that, that wasn't a cancel on the hatchery, it was another straight up kill. So that is 350 minerals down the drain. Felt that Namshar had some potential there with his counterattack, and he did somewhat alrighty, but obviously didn't find those juicy connections. He had a couple of banelings too, and I actually wonder where those banes ever went to. Yeah, it didn't quite work out, and then losing a hatchery, that's a little bit painful.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little bit unfortunate, and now we're going to have Namshar trying to counterattack again. We'll see how well prepared MaSa is this time. Is this hatchery under attack once more? Oh, Roddy, it is not cancelled for a second time.
700 minerals down the drain as the Queen gets picked off too, and MaSa is now going to try to drop Marines to get as many banelings to pop as possible. Gets all of them. Namshar has queued up a couple of mutas. The Link counterattack at the bottom didn't really do a whole lot, and MaSa is starting to look better and better in this game. Does not have a 4th command center yet, and he is going into Widow Mines with Running Claws double factory. MaSa throws down a scan and sees that there is another hatchery at the top side. Oh man, if Namshar didn't lose 2 hatches, I'd be like, this is totally fine, but that's 700 minerals. It's a little more than you're supposed to lose here.
Yeah, no, it's brutal. There's just no excuse in it as well, right? It's the sort of thing you meant to just be able to realize, pop 2, cancel, you're good. And yeah, now we're going to see this Ling Bane running in. I feel like there was meant to maybe be a lift up there. The Banelings kind of turned around and then drew that Widow Mine fire onto more units. Ling Bane's still running through, but now we're out of Banelings. And the moment there's no Banelings left is the moment that obviously MaSa has a very good time continuing to push through. At least Namshar now finishes up his 1-1, so he's going to be even on upgrades instead of trailing behind. That is a good positive, at least.
Does really suck that Namshar didn't have an overseer nearby, so he could have cleaned up those mines. Because now by the time that he's going to be ready to clean up these mines, they are ready to fire again. So Namshar has mined out his little mineral walls. You can maybe come in from multiple angles. The Queen is going to go forward and is going to get blown up by a Widow Mine. A few more links trying to activate a couple of these other mines. Namshar immediately fires up 2-2. He does have a decent economy now. Just does he have the army to fight this army of MaSa? Definitely not off creep, but on creep, I can see it happen. I do like the idea of a counterattack, or he's going to set up the sandwich. The Widow Mines could draw some friendly fire too. MaSa comes in from the top and the bottom side. Does he have enough?
I mean, right now looks good. The Marines just got rid of a lot of the links because there's no Banes contesting them on the low ground. And MaSa could potentially continue to push through, but he will not go just yet. He will wait for more reinforcements as he rallies up through this top side of the map. It's so weird because we very rarely see a fourth base here for the Zerg, right? So it's kind of a weird push location. But I'm not used to seeing the Terran like rally in this direction. It's a little funky as he nearly got that creep tumor just to push the creep back even further and to give him even easier access into this base.
Namshar did manage to produce 50 Zerglings. That's a lot, but now there is a Thor in the mix too, and there really is absolutely no creep to work with. Namshar is going to try to pick up a couple of these Marines that are getting a little too far forward. Where is the Thor? It's just kind of derping on the high ground.
Yeah, just chilling up there. I don't mind if you spin it there because you're probably expecting a bit of a flank to move through from that side, but it's also not helping with the push just yet. If Namshar doesn't go from that direction, it could maybe not work out, but here we go. It is going to go in. It finds a Mutalisk, and now it's going to get evacuated too. And the Widow Mine! You're disgusting, you little Widow Mine. 19 kills on everything. Oh my god.
Yep, and there was a lot of Banelings too. I mean, Namshar really doesn't have too many Banelings behind. There are still 12 on the map. He's gonna run into all these mines at first. The mine shots are massive. Namshar is on 80 drones though, and he is keeping this base alive. He's also keeping that hatchery up and running for now, but these are pretty painful trades. Namshar's already lost 5,000 resources more, and these Mutas, they just do not find a possibility to make it to the other side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, this hatchery is going to go down now. Finally, MaSa can lift and get out. Unless the Mutas can chase, he should be able to stay alive. He's actually dropping down as he's going to let units run through the Widow Mines. Well, he is just going to pull back. There's even more Widow Mines here. Namshar just hasn't seen it. They are going to start going up on the Mutalisk. The Mutas are gone, blown up by mines. As Namshar finally gets a pushback, but at an extreme cost.
Yep, still losing 5,000 resources more, and of course losing the base. And let's not pretend that there is going to be a hive anytime soon, because we don't even have an infestation pit. Namshar is just gonna start, I guess, his infestation pit now, immediately. Even as a drone on the left side, potentially trying to go up to 6 bases. Not exactly sure what the Mutas are up to. They're just kind of sitting there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Just on... I mean, maybe they're like, last time we were on this part of the map on the other side, we all blew up. This time we're okay? What's that about?
It seemed like he wanted to go towards that base at 6 o'clock, but then realized that MaSa is making his way towards his base again. 13 drones just went down to Widow Mine drops. There's another mine in the natural.
Oh, no.
Boom. That's a few more dead drones.
Widow Mine even tried to sneak away as well. Cool play from MaSa, paying attention to it. And all of a sudden, here we are, maxed out MaSa, pushing once again. And this time, Namshar's supply, 150. It really is not looking like it's going to be enough for him, as MaSa is just going to keep his run in this tournament alive, apparently, as Fire units here fighting the Ling Bane as it runs on through. The Mutas coming in as well. I'm just going to be seeing so much from MaSa continuing forward, keeping this army of Namshar pinned back. I mean, Namshar just doesn't really have an option. He's got to fight at some stage, but he doesn't want to fight because he knows he's got way less than he needs.
Yep. Feels like he's really dreading all those mines, but those mines will always be there. Eventually, you're going to have to tackle them head first. And it's just not going to be good enough here for Namshar. He's running out of steam. The last few units will roll forward. A couple of decent bailing connections there, but it's just Mutas left over against Marines with +3 attack. A Thor in the mix. Still a couple of mines that are looking to fire one more time if they can. And it just was a bit of a disastrous game for Namshar. Just wasn't meant to be. His journey in the DreamHack Masters Fall is going to end right here, Waddy.
Yeah, absolutely. As this Bioforce still trying to push on through, Lings and Mutas wanted to chase down a few of those Marauders. And you can see the Lings thinking about really jumping in on the rest of this Bioforce as well. Here we go. They're going to make the move. This is it for Namshar to try and survive. But honestly, the story is already written as there is just too much terror. And the Mutas are actually going to be the only thing left versus the Marauders. But of course, there's another army already on its way through the center of the map. And that's the one that really will make sure that Namshar cannot do anything here.
The Mutas just having the hardest time ever making it to the other side of the map, potentially finding some damage, and that's important. Mutas are 4. There's another Widow Mine that gets a good shot up on these Mutas. There are a few more mines in the back there. The Widow Mines are gonna actually fire at the Overseer. But yeah, the Thor, good micro there by MaSa, picking it up a couple of times, trying to get as many shots out of that big boy as possible. And this is really going to do it You look at the production tab, it's a couple of links against Liberators, Thors, Widowmines, Marauders, and 11 Marines at a time with superior upgrades. There is not a Zerg on this planet that's going to be able to stop this Terran force.
Nope, absolutely no way. As the bio stims in, these drones will continue to fall. And that's GG, and well played from Namshar as MaSa will keep his DreamHack run alive.